Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is the NASCAR show, a little something we call Left Turn Mania here at Winners and Winers. Of course, I am your host, Scott Steen, lead handicapper over at winnersandwiners.com. I am joined left to right across your radio dial by the one, the only
Scott Reichel, senior handicapper over winnersandwiners.com.
And he is joined by, let's see if we can get a straight answer out of him this time. Who are you?
The former Intercontinental Champion Tito Santana, who you saw in concert the other night.
That is wrong on so many levels right there, my friend. It's Chris King, everybody. It's Chris King. I saw Carlos Santana. I did not see former Intercontinental Champion Tito Santana.
That's his brother. That's his brother, though, right?
I do enjoy his vodka, however.
Jesse Ventura would tell you he saw old Tito picking heads of lettuce down there in Tijuana.
All right, it's not just racing; it's racism. It's nice to be here. Nice to have Chris here. How's everybody's week going, Scott? I'm done talking to you.
I've talked to you a couple hours already. You know how I'm doing.
That's the end of Scott's. That's the end of Scott's contribution to the show.
Chris, how about you? You having a good week? Hitting lots of parlays over there with your buddy Jim Williams?
We had a decent week. It slowed down yesterday with some of those teams.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. You know why? Because you played them. That's why.
He also didn't have many sports yesterday. It was kind of
there wasn't a whole lot of options to choose from.
You're picking like 9 different parlays and there's 6 games. I don't know how you're.
That's the tough part for me because it's like they're like, yeah, we need you to pick all these. It's like you realize there's like 4 games, right?
Baseball is always tricky. Hockey was kind of a landmine fest last night. I ended up having the Canucks. They worked out for me, but a lot of teams in hockey that are in must-win territory or have significant motivation edges really underperformed yesterday.
Yep.
Calgary really burned me yesterday. I was disappointed.
Well, Boston also against
yeah,
Ottawa.
them too.
All right. Well, if you're wondering why we're starting out the NASCAR show talking about hockey, it's because last week's NASCAR performance by the 3 of us was pretty dreadful.
Well, I mean, so was the race. I mean, there was no real drama to that race at all.
Yeah, I have to tell you guys this. I haven't done the grades for last week yet. I usually do them right after the race, and because that was out of my wheelhouse, I didn't do them, and now they didn't get done. So
whatever.
Not a lot of changes. Scott, you hit somebody in the money, right?
I had Kurt Busch top 10. He finished 6th.
Okay, there you go. I think that was the only cash we had. So
was it?
Damn. I thought you said Almirola finished top 10.
Yeah, I thought Almirola finished in the top 10.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
And I think didn't both Bushes finish in the top 10?
Yeah, 6 and 7.
6 and 7.
Yes, I had the other Busch.
Yeah, but we don't do top 10s for the other Busch. We do top 5 or whatever for the front runner.
The other Busch. So
it was a dud race last week, really. I mean, when you look at
Byron dominated the entire race. So
well, he dominated the second half of it because Elliott led the entire first 2 stages.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this week, probably my favorite race of the season. This is the Bristol night race, or it's usually the Food City 400. Usually the day race. The night race comes later, but now they turned this into a night race, and for the second year in a row, they made it a dirt track. Big fan. Love going to the dirt races here locally in the Midwest. Obviously, we have a lot of dirt tracks that are within a pretty easy drive where you can go see it and get back the same day. So it's the kind of racing I've probably seen more than anything else. So I'm excited to go. I'm excited to go to Bristol. Scott, I asked you earlier, because I told you this was on my bucket list. This is one of the events I really want to see. Bristol is just an unbelievable stadium. If you've ever seen, I asked you if you've ever been to Bristol.
It's a great city.
You said yes, you had. And as soon as you said great city, I realized you probably weren't talking about Bristol, Tennessee.
Yeah, Connecticut.
You're talking about the Bristol, Connecticut, the home of ESPN. So beautiful country up there in Bristol, Tennessee. It is up in the hinterlands, up kind of in the Virginia Tech, Blacksburg, up in that kind of area. So it's just kind of tucked in the Smoky Mountains. It's very, very cool setting. Looks like an upside down shot glass. You would never believe they could put 125, 130,000 people in there.
Yeah, which is like 5 times the population of the city itself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 130,000 people at a half-mile track. And if you've ever been to a dirt track and seen a half mile, just imagine 150,000 people there. It's phenomenal.
It sounds like a hell of a time.
It really is. It's a spectacle. And we see some unusual names at the top of the favorites list, names that we don't usually see. So we're going to get to that. Let's rock and roll. And you know what? I'll just start it off. I'll just get it out of the way because I'm going to take somebody I don't think you guys are taking. All right, I'm going to say that for my favorite. We might match up. We might match up on the mid. I really think I'm going to be clean this week. I really do. I'm going to start.
You're taking the surprisingly low odds pick here.
I am. I'm taking Christopher Bell.
Yeah,
I'm taking Christopher Bell at plus 800. We've talked about him every time they run a short track when they run Martinsville, or when they run Darlington later this year. We're going to talk about this kid because he is a short track master and he's been running very well overall. He's top 5 in the last 3 races, and he actually ran well at Martinsville. If there would have been the 3, well, maybe not top 5s, but 3 great finishes. If he wouldn't have had a late pit road penalty there for speeding in pit row. So I like Christopher Bell, short track guy, dirt track guy. Give me some Bell.
Okay.
Let's go with Chris. Let's do it in reverse order of who's leading.
All right, I'm gonna unfortunately go with the guy who won on this track is the dirt racer, and that's gonna be Joey Logano, who I normally like to watch crash and wipe out, but he seems to like to play in the dirt, I guess. So there's that, and he's raced well at Bristol, whether it's not a dirt track or just the regular asphalt. But I just think that experience can help him here. He led 61 laps last year. And I didn't want to be like you and jump on Bell. He was going to be somebody I was considering at the top since we talked about such a small field to choose from. So I'll go with Logano based on experience.
Okay. All right. Very good. And I know you're getting a good price on him. I've got him at plus 1,000. What do you have?
That's what he was at.
Around.
That's what he was at before the odds went down.
Right. I see around 1,900, give or take.
The second week in a row, and they're not qualifying because this week we looked it up.
Yeah, we did.
Last week we were in the middle. Last week we were in the middle of qualifying. I'm like, well, where the odds went? And of course, it was qualifying, so they took them down. This week they're not qualifying until Saturday, and we still don't have the odds came down right before the show. So
yeah, so I'm sensing a conspiracy.
Unlike last week, though, qualifying doesn't matter as much in this race as it did for Martinsville. But
true. You think the particular site that we were using is okay, guys, they're getting ready to start that show. We're going to be catching a ton of money here on whoever they pick. So we need to take.
Yeah, I mean, like for example, I took Hamlin last week, and his qualifying was awful, and then his odds immediately plummeted. I'm like, well, I wish I could have known that by the time we were doing reporting.
Yeah, it is. But it is a little difficult going out there without knowing qualifying results or who's been put to the back of the pack or whatever. So. Very good.
But like you guys said, though, here at Bristol, you can go from 30th to 3rd in, half a lap.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott, tell us why you're picking Larson.
I am picking Larson, but I did shop around. I did find plus 650, which is definitely the best price I can find by a wide margin. He won in Bristol last September. He's finished inside the top 2 in 3 of his last 5 trips here. And since February of 2019, he has an average finish of 8.7 here, which is the second lowest of all active drivers. I'm going Larson. In a race where anything could really happen, you might see a bunch of chaos. I know Larson hasn't been great lately, but you got Hendricks. They win almost every race, and Larson is still a very talented driver. I'm going to take him at plus 650.
And here comes Keselowski to wipe him out.
Yeah.
How's Larson's 2022 going so far, Scott?
That's what I said. Not too good. But he has been good here. And in a race that we said you can go from 30th to 3rd in half a lap, Larson's going to hang around, or he should hang around. I think he'll be in it.
Keselowski puts him in the wall.
That's what I'm saying. Keselowski's a wild card,
He's a wild
I swear, Keselowski's like one of those guys that if you were watching the A-Team or something when there's the racing, he'd be one of those guys that somebody pays off to take out the guy that you want to knock out.
The way I look at it,
he's the hired gun.
It's like that new cooking show, Rat in the Kitchen, where you have the person that's sabotaging everything. I
watched that last night, by the way.
Yeah, Keselowski's the rat. Keselowski's the one that's sabotaging everybody else's dishes, and you have to try to figure out who it is. It's like a game of Clue, but the answer is always Brad Keselowski.
He's got a big bottle of vinegar and a 5-pound bag of sugar in the passenger seat. Don't worry about that. That's fine.
The guy's preparing a hell of a dish or ride, and the next thing you know, damn shame, into the wall.
I thought it was all right, Chris. It was an interesting concept.
I was gonna watch it, and then every time we tried to watch it on Hulu, it kept cutting out and shutting itself off. So I was like, oh, apparently they don't want me to watch it.
I just watched it off my DVR and fast forwarded through the commercials. So anyway, all right. So that's our favorites. Those are the guys. Just to recap, we take a favorite, we take a mid, and we take a long shot each and every week. And by the way, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. We don't hit you up very often on our NASCAR video, but we'd appreciate it if you'd give us a little love with the thumbs up button. Of course, get subscribed to all of our YouTube channels, and all of them, I mean both of them. I mean the Winners and Whiners YouTube channel. And of course, get subscribed over there at our newest venture, Max Wagers Network, where we combine with the good folks over there at Picks and Parlays. And I don't know why I did that like Jerry Lewis. The Picks and Parlays, lady. But yeah, so get subscribed to both of those YouTube channels. We appreciate it. All right. So anyway, that's the favorites. Our mid picks are the guys that we would love to see win, but we expect to finish in the top 5. And then our long shots, of course, are the guys that we'd really like to see win. You can milk your entire season, Scott, if you happen to hit one of these. And the guys that we realistically expect to finish in the top 10. So there you go. With that being said, Rachel, we're going to move to you for this pick, or who you got in this one.
So I was really torn between two guys. I'm going to mention both, but I'm going to pick one for this. I was between
that's usually
Kyle
how it
Busch.
works. You have to pick one.
No, I said I'm going to, but I'm just going to throw it out there. I was really torn between Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe. I went with Busch in the end at around 16-1 on FanDuel. The record here is just too impressive for me to pass up, especially at 16-1. He's won 8 NASCAR races here, which is the most among active drivers by a decent margin. He's finished top 4 in 5 of the last 6 races here. He did have a bit of controversy leading up to this race because of some quotes where he basically said, dirt racing is stupid. Let's get rid of this thing, even though he's dominated on this track his entire career, which I find kind of fascinating.
Well, they've only run dirt. This is only the second time they've run dirt.
But I'm saying in general, though, he's just anti-dirt races, but he's been good here, dirt or not, historically at Bristol. I'm going to pick Kyle Busch, though, just because of the fact that I do like how he's fared here. He's still been hovering around the top 10 recently, and if you get points for top 5, I think Busch could hang around for the top 5. Give me Kyle Busch at 16-1.
And by a wide margin, as far as active races, he means 2.
Yeah.
Because Kurt Busch has 6.
That's more than 1. So.
How did Kyle Busch
good math.
How did Kyle Busch finish last year on the dirt, Scott?
I actually forgot to put that in front of me.
He started 4th, finished 17th. Good luck with that.
Okay. He started 4th, though. Means he might get decent starting position.
Great. Hope it works out like it did last year for him.
We'll take it.
Chris, do you have a real pick?
I was actually going to go with last week's winner. I was going to go with William Byron.
And something happened, or you're still going to go with that?
No, that's what you said. You said a real pick, so I was trying to make it build it up to 7.
I was going to go.
Oh no, we're going with the running joke of Kyle Busch. I mean, it's we keep doing it. It's just funny at this point.
It should be somebody is forced to take Kyle Busch. It's like a handicap league. Somebody's forced to take Kyle Busch every week.
Well, I've already taken him 2 or 3 weeks, so it's your guys' turn.
That's why I'm taking him.
By the way, Scott, what is Kyle Busch for top 5?
Top 5. Sorry, let me just pull it.
I'm waiting for him to say it's not there.
No, it is there. Kyle Busch is plus 200. He's plus 200.
Okay.
For top 5.
All right.
I was actually bouncing between Byron and Truex because Truex led almost half the laps here last year, but he ended up finishing 19th. So I'm going to go with Byron. He started 8th, finished 6th. Hendrick's cars tend to run well here. And since it wasn't my turn to be saddled with the anchor, I figured I'd try somebody different.
And Byron, by the way, is plus 170 for top 5.
Okay. And you got him at plus 1,200, Chris?
Yeah, I was going off the sheet you sent over last night. So
yep. Okay. Very good. By the way, those odds have mostly stayed the same today. Hasn't been a lot of movement. So
okay, cool.
My pick is going to be the one, the only Ricky Stenhouse, everybody. I'm going to take Ricky Stenhouse plus 2,000 to win, plus 300 on the top 5. This kid, another guy that is a fantastic dirt racer. He was kind of a child prodigy and very, very good on dirt. He finished 2nd here last year to Logano. And I think that Ricky can keep it close. In a race where everybody is running into each other, he doesn't really stand out. So
he fits right in.
I'm taking
the demolition derby style works.
Exactly. I'm taking Recce Spinhouse, plus 2,000 to win, plus 300 for a top 5 finish. Calvin, no back to the window today? Absolutely, Calvin. We did that. Is it another one of the delays getting it posted on?
I don't think so. Yeah, we just aired it. So this is the NASCAR portion. So Calvin, if you want to find the Back to the Window show, just click on the YouTube page.
And
Should
I'm
be the
looking.
video before this one.
I'm seeing. I'm giving him more credit than that. I'm saying Calvin already knows how to do that. That there's
Sometimes those things are slow to upload.
Exactly. That's what I'm looking to see if it's been uploaded yet. Game time decision. I don't see it, Calvin. Let me look a little further here. Excuse the. We'll edit. We'll take care of this in post, guys. Yeah, it is. It is not up there yet. It will be up there momentarily. I don't know why there's a delay when we shoot that live. We've talked to that. We've talked to the powers that be about to see if we can get that fixed, but so far there's a little bit of a delay. So apologies, Calvin. It is there, buddy.
It shows up on the picks and parlays page.
Okay, well there's a good heads up because we do broadcast, we simulcast across picks and parlays and across Max Wagers Network. So
yeah, because I just looked it up to see where you guys were, and it shows 3 p.m. back to the window for today's date and everything. So.
God bless you, Calvin. He said, "This is all good. My bad for messing up the flow." God bless.
You don't have a flow, Calvin, so you're good.
Say, God bless him for thinking we actually have a flow here. I know this is about the race, but any updated predictions on the NBA tonight with all the info coming in with people in and out. All right, boys. This is your 2 minutes. Go ahead. We'll do it. We do it every week because it's always there's a lot of fluidity in the afternoon as far as lineups go. So. Scott, I'll give each of you 45 seconds.
For what?
My God.
False start.
Millennial.
False start? Okay.
Yeah, Chris, go ahead.
I'm sticking with the Hawks. I know Jared Allen's going to try to play. That'll help Cleveland defensively, but I'm worried he hasn't played in 5 weeks. I don't think they're going to do enough. Hopefully Bogdanovich plays for the Hawks. I know he's questionable with an ankle sprain. I'm still going to stick with Atlanta, and I went with New Orleans because without George, I don't know who the Clippers are going to rely on in crunch time to score.
The Norman Powell game.
Yeah, Norman Powell's played 5 games for the Clippers.
Just saying, Norman Powell game.
Very good, Scott.
It was my play of the day. I got the Hawks. I mean, nothing's really changed in my opinion. I expected Jared Allen to suit up. I'm not sure how much he's actually going to play, but I think Atlanta's the better team. The Clippers I have a hard time with because they've been really good at just relying on bench guys, and I do question if New Orleans' bench can keep it close because I do think the Clippers have a much better bench. So I'm kind of curious if that's going to play itself out. I think that game's a coin flip. I do like Atlanta, though.
Okay, I've got Atlanta there as well, and I'm going to go with a slight lean towards New Orleans. I think that should be a good game. I think that it makes all the difference with the COVID news there.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the Clippers have a better bench, but who are you going to put in their starting 5 against the Ingram and Valanciunas? And
I'm
Powell?
assuming they're either going to throw in Powell or Terrence Mann and try to get a boosted role for them moving up a spot on the bench. If I had to guess,
Right.
Clippers just have a bunch of guys.
Yeah, but that's just it. They got a bunch of guys.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. They're missing Paul
That's
George.
like going and saying you were down at the YMCA.
I'm just looking at the bench, and I just think the Clippers bench, even with having to promote one of their guys up, is still much better than New Orleans is.
Yeah, but look at the difference in the starting 5.
Yeah. No, I get it. We'll see.
All right, very good. Hope that answers some questions for Steve.
By the way, sorry, I got a bit distracted because I mentioned how Kyle Busch was anti-dirt racing. It turns out Kyle Larson, less than a day ago, called the dirt track at Bristol, quote, a waste of time. It's just kind of lame. So I'm going with I'd say, ironic winner. I'm going with the person that hates the track but somehow finds a way to win anyway. So we'll see.
Or he'll don't forget, like I said in the pre-show, he wants them to take the windshields out, so he just wants to eat mud.
Yeah.
Right.
So the 2 drivers I pick hate it here, but they're going to find a way to pull through. We'll see what happens.
I hate it here. All right, let's do
our here so I don't get fined.
Let's do our long shots. As we take a look at the guys that again we expect to finish in the top 10, or we're betting on them to finish in the top 10, and we'd love it if they would win the race. It's going to be Mr. King to lead us off here. Chris, who you got for your long shot?
Well, seeing that his numbers moved further down, because we talked about it in the pre-show, he went from 2,500 to 3,500. I'm going to hope that Harvick can pull something out here because the rest of the field's uninspiring. I mean, I'm not going to go chasing Corey LaJoy or,
You're not going
Bubba
Burton
Wallace
again?
here.
No Burton.
So I'm going to stick with Harvick.
All right, very good.
I know he was before the odds went down. He was a plus 3,500 to win. I don't know what he was for the top 10 because I was getting ready to look at it and then they reset the odds.
As of right now, he's minus 135.
Oh well, how is he minus 135 at 3,500?
Because FanDuel has him. I don't even know, a 35 to 1. I don't know either. But that's what they have. I don't know.
What, is everybody a minus on this track?
No, but a decent amount of them are.
By the way, if you wanted to take a super long shot, I'm not taking him, but somebody that's had success at the Chili Bowl down here in Tulsa, Justin Allgaier at 250 to 1 is could be a probably not going to win the race. Probably not going to win exactly, not going to win the race obviously, but could be a nice top 10 plus 350, 400, something like that probably.
Well, he's probably minus 110 on FanDuel.
All right.
FanDuel for Allgaier is 7 to 1.
Okay. By the way, I wanted to tell you about our latest partnership with the good folks over there at FanDuel NASCAR.
Right out there with Bet Online, who puts things that tells you the race is on a Saturday when it's on Sunday.
Yes, that is not at all accurate. By the way, we're running a cool promotion with DraftKings. $5 minimum on a baseball game gets you $250 in free play, or $200 in free play. Sorry, and of course, check out our deal with Caesars. We've got basically risk-free bet up to $1,100 for your first bet for new Caesars customers. So check both of those offers out. The notes are in the show description, so make sure you take advantage of that if you have. Also, let Scott R know his video is low on his video, on your personal videos. I'm assuming what are you talking about?
I mean, I feel like the mic's in the same situation, so I'll look into it.
Okay, we're counting money over here. So you stop by just to hit the like button. That's what we like. That's what we like, brother. Appreciate it, man. Any MLB picks? Royals and Rockies. Like to. God, I can't bet the Royals right now. Keller looked great, but you know what? So did Greinke, and he was.
We have a farm play on a baseball game, so if you want to check that out, we got a total.
There you go. And
was it either one of the games they mentioned or no?
No, it was not.
No.
Of course not. Yeah, you can check that. That's why it's completely irrelevant to what you asked about, but sure.
I'm fading both those teams you mentioned, Steve. I'm fading the Royals and the Rockies. What up, Chris? We need a 4-teamer to pop today. Yeah, we do. That's pretty much every day, though. But okay,
some days are better than others.
For my long shot, I'm going to take Eric Jones, Mr. Jones, at plus 5,000, plus 140, of course, to finish top 10. Again, this is a guy that is won at every level he's been at. He was the youngest racer to win a truck race, youngest winner to win an Xfinity race. He is basically, he started running ARCA at 15. 15. He is the not a dirt guy traditionally. He didn't grow up that way. He grew up in racing on harder surfaces. But this is my rationale. He was the highest finisher in this class that was available to bet on. He finished ninth last year. Everybody else that was 1 through 8 and number 10 were not available for one of our long shot picks. So I took the long shot that finished the best last year. That was, at the end of the day, that was my best rationale.
Yeah, I mean, that was the tough part, is because, like you said, the way the field played out, there weren't a ton of good options.
No,
because everybody jammed together. I mean, I thought about Keselowski just for the fact of wrecking Reichel's pick of Larson, but I figure there's always next week for that.
Exactly right. All right, so we've only got Reichel to go. No, you took Harvick, right?
I took Harvick, yes.
You took Harvick, right? Okay. So Scott, who you got?
I'm going with the guy who cashed it last week for me. Give me Kurt Busch at 50 to 1. He's won 6 races here at Bristol. He has 4 top 10 finishes in his last 7 trips here. And we've seen the older guys struggle with the next-gen car. Kurt Busch has actually been pretty good. He has 4 top 10 finishes and 2 top 5 finishes through 7 races this season. But he's been good at Bristol. He's been decent with the new car. 50-1, I don't mind it.
Oh, now watch me be Steen. Man, where did he finish last year on the dirt, Scott?
I think he beat his brother. I think he finished like what, 14th, 15th, something like
He
that.
finished 16th.
Okay.
It's
He finished
50-1,
right ahead of his
you know,
brother.
like he's been
Nice.
fine here. He's not afraid to get his car dirty, so to speak, and I expect him to be.
Neither is Keselowski, but I didn't see you pick him.
I didn't, because Kurt Busch has looked better with the new car.
All right. So
But is it really the new car when they're putting metal parts on it and everything else?
I'm hoping for the Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, gruesome twosome, and they're going to find a way to push to the front in this race.
what's top 10 odds for him?
Top 10 odds for Busch are plus 120.
Okay.
5,000 to 1 or 50 to 1, and it's plus 120 to finish in the top 10.
That is
I can't shop around. I mean, FanDuel's the only thing I got. Even BetMGM took down the odds.
Oh, see, so they
I'm
did
going
take
in
him
the
down.
dark here.
You're glowing in the dark?
I'm going in the dark here.
Oh.
He's like a rainbow in the dark.
Like a rainbow in the dark. Okay. For my matchup, I'm going to go with Chase Briscoe over Daniel Suarez. Suarez finished well last year. He had a surprising run at this track, but he has virtually no dirt experience at all. Briscoe has been very, very good. And
I wish I knew what some of the matchups were because I can't see any of them.
But by the way, Chris, who is your long shot again?
Harvick.
Okay.
Harvick is his long shot. This is another guy that had a lot of success and has had a lot of success over the years at the Chili Bowl. If you guys have never been to the Chili Bowl, you should absolutely go there.
Do they have chili?
They do have chili, but
Okay,
it's
well, all right then.
it's
It's
a
not that
quarter-
Cincinnati chili, right?
it's a no, don't even get me started on that. It's a quarter-mile indoor track in Tulsa at a like an arena, like a small like rodeo arena. And
It's a Coliseum.
your eyes burn, and it's a beautiful thing.
Was you have Briscoe over who?
Take your earplugs, Daniel Suarez.
Yeah.
Minus one.
I got the same matchup. That's why I was asking.
You got a better price than minus 170.
No, I got minus 170 is the best one. It was at minus 200 on BetMGM. So shopping around, it was the best deal by far.
All right.
Briscoe, I thought about taking as a mid because he's really good on dirt tracks.
Yep. Very, very good on the small dirt tracks for sure. Any NBA picks tonight? Yes. Chris, what you got for this race?
Like I said, I didn't get to see any of the matchups because I was looking at it when they pulled them down. So
We took Atlanta and the Pelicans.
Okay, so I'll tell you what matchups I still have up here.
yeah, 'cause
Briscoe over Suarez for the sweep. You have Larson versus Bell. You have Logano against Truex. You have Byron against Bowman. And you have Logano against Byron. That's all I got.
what's Byron and Bowman going at?
Byron's minus 120. Bowman's minus 106.
I'll take Byron over Bowman because I took Byron already, so I might as well just double up on it.
All right.
And that way we don't sweep the board and all come up on one side of the coin or the other.
That's
Sure,
the
there's-
kind of intense research that we are known for around here on our NASCAR show. Just-
Well, but the
Briscoe
tough part
should
is
really-
because when
Briscoe
you're going to
should be
look stuff up, they pull it away from you. It's
I'm
like Lucy with
yeah.
the football and peanuts.
I was going to say Briscoe against Suarez. I know that a crash could happen, and Suarez has finished, I believe, like 18th or so around here, dirt or not. He should really be like minus 250. Like Briscoe is so much more talented on dirt than Suarez.
The weird part is Suarez finished fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
fourth here last year.
That's
I
like
know.
58
Because
laps.
long term with history. I mean, Briscoe grew up as a dirt race driver.
I'm with you.
Yeah, well, he finished 20th.
He's due.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go with that again. You know who else would do? Pedro Serrano.
I think you're going to say Kyle Busch. That would help me out a lot.
Throwing the curve. Oh, okay. Now I get it.
You trying to say Jesus Christ couldn't hit a curveball?
All right, Harris.
Yeah.
Holy word here.
We count money over here. Any good looks on the UFC?
I'm gonna look into the card. I know I haven't made a UFC video for the last couple of weeks. I'll
Slacker.
dive in. I
Too
mean,
busy
truth is,
taking
you got
naps.
the start of basketball playoffs tomorrow. I might do a UFC video, but there's a lot of sports going on, so we'll see.
Too busy taking naps.
So
Yeah, that's true.
we counting money over here. Scott says, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe,
Just
yeah.
fucking wait for it.
Depends if I feel like it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't bug me, man.
Mhm.
Every time I got to answer questions, less time I could be making a video. Jesus.
I let
Or
the
taking a
winners
nap.
find themselves. Okay, I don't rush the process.
Cuts into his nap time.
It does.
All right. Chris, you got any feelings on the UFC?
I'm not as into it as Rachel is. Like I said, the
You
guy
are.
from here is Wonder Boy Thompson. So
Okay.
I know he's not fighting. So
I like that Wonder Boy Thompson. Is he fighting? He is not.
No,
no, I'm wondering if he might be done at this point. You know, he's I think 38 or 39, something like that.
Oh, I was just getting started by that age. All right, guys. Let's recap here this week's picks. As far as the favorite goes, I've got Christopher Bell, short track specialist, plus 800. Scott has Kyle Larson because you know what? He's fucking due. Plus 650.
because he hates this race. Because he hates the dirt race.
Because he hates this race so much. It's a joke. Scott's loading up on him. Chris has taken last year's winner, staying with a trend. Joey Logano's got one in a row here at plus 1,000.
He's the only guy to win on this track is a dirt track.
That's right. That's right. He's the only guy, the only racer that's been on this track is a dirt. I've got, as far as my mid pick goes, I have Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Hey, a good point about that, Scott. Not to interrupt you, but Stenhouse finished second last year to Logano.
I understand that. I said that.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I'm just pointing it out again.
All right.
Because it's way better than talking about the Bush boys.
Oh, we're going to get to that here in just a second. Scott's going to keep his rocking picks going.
Yeah,
I've got Ricky Stenhouse plus 2,000 to win, plus 300 to make the top five. Scott, he has done took he done took his last non-Bush pick because this pick is Kyle Busch. He's got him.
Oh, he also hates the dirt tracks.
Hates the dirt tracks.
He thinks it's stupid.
Stupid. Stupid. Kurt Busch, as far as we know, hasn't disparaged the dirt track, has he?
No, not that I know of, but
He probably will after qualifying.
Yeah, after he qualifies 35th, he's gonna be
yeah, but he'll jump up to third after 4 laps. So
and then he'll end up back in 35th because he'll crash.
So Scott's got Kyle Busch. Chris has Lord Byron at plus 1,200, plus 170 to finish top 5. Long shots go. I've got Child Prodigy, Eric Jones. That's Eric with a K. Plus 5,000 to win, plus 140, top 10. Scott says, why not more Bush? More Bush. We've got Bush. We've got Bush. Kurt Busch, plus 5,000.
Around the bush.
Plus 120. He's not beating around the bush.
By the way, Scott, did you know that Stenhouse came in second place here last year?
I heard that.
You did.
Breaking news, in case you just joined us, Ricky Stenhouse finished second on the dirt track last year here.
Okay.
One of those mid-teen finishes like the Bush boys.
Right.
And Chris, he continues to live in 2004. He has Kevin Harvick at plus 3,500.
Hey, but you know where Harvick finished? He finished ahead of the Bush boys.
That's right.
Yeah, he did.
Minus 135.
For the record, I will probably have a slight personal play as well on Briscoe. I'm not going to count that for the show, but just for the reference, I do like Briscoe in the race.
All right. Very good. As far as our matchup goes, Scott and I both are staying with Briscoe. We've got him over Daniel Suarez, while Chris is doubling down on William Byron and he's taking him over Bowman at minus 120. Scott and I laying a little extra wood here with Briscoe at minus 170. So
hopefully
there
it's
you
not
go.
also wood.
He's laying the balsa wood. That's absolutely right. So any final thoughts here, guys?
I'm expecting a chaotic race, and I'm expecting Keselowski to take out 7 cars. Just hopefully not my cars.
Boys.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right. Very good. You guys have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, checking out our NASCAR show. We've talked about it before. It's probably the one we have the most fun doing, that we kind of let our hair down. It's the end of the week. It's kind of like happy hour. It's kind of like long distance happy hour where we just have some fun. Hope you guys enjoy it. We try to lay out some information and give you some tips and pointers. We never purport to be NASCAR experts, but we do all enjoy watching the race, and yeah, we have some fun. And occasionally we hit one on the head. So yeah, you guys have some fun, have some luck this weekend. Happy Easter to everybody that celebrates. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. All that stuff. Scott and I will be back on Mondays. Chris will be back on Monday as well at 2 p.m. We'll be there at 3 doing our thing as we do our very best to help you guys in that never-ending journey to head back to the window. Take care.